We're ready, and I know you are too. Welcome to our Business and Leadership Studies admissions webinar, Jen. I'm Robin Ice. I am Director of the Business and Leadership Studies program, and I'll let Alexis introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Alexis Stone. I am the academic advisor for the Business and Leadership Studies program. So nice to meet you.
All right. And together we are a team with whom you as a student will work. I do the major advising and Alexis does the academic advising, which is really the bulk of the work, I must say, because if you have transfer credits or any other questions about the academic program or admissions, registration and so on, Alexis will be your point person. Well, let's talk a little bit about the School of Professional Advancement, or as we affectionately call it, SOPA. As you can see from this flower-like drawing, it is one of 10 schools at Tulane University, and they all make up the academic programs that are available through Tulane. This is this depicts our uptown campus. This buff brick building is where our offices are. That's Richardson Hall on the uptown campus. And this room with the wonderful, wonderful mural, Where You Belong, is our main reception area in Richardson. And the streetcar is actually right across the street from Tulane University. That's why that's there. It's a very beautiful atmosphere, but we welcome students from all over and hope if you are in another city, you get to visit us sometime. Everyone who completes our programs obtains either a certificate or a diploma that looks like this. When you attend SOPA, you are attending Tulane University, and your degree is a Tulane diploma and a Tulane degree. And it looks like that. In our webinar today, we'll talk about how the learning experience is established, the programs and faculty, what we provide in the way of student support, which is a great many services, and the affordability and flexibility that make the School of Professional Advancement such a winning place for our students. We are really proud of the learning experience that we've developed at SOPA to assist our students. We feel like we have some of the most engaging, interactive online programs in higher education anywhere. We have a great learning design and development team that assists our faculty in creating the course materials and presenting them in a way that engages our students from wherever they may be taking the class. They use, because our faculty are mostly adjuncts, or even even our professors of practice, I should say, have worked in the real world, they are able to use actual scenarios from the business world and create activities that give you a sense of what it is like to work in the professional field where you're studying. We also, because we have online courses, feel that we are uniquely positioned to provide learning materials and academic opportunities to students who are either in our area or across the nation or the world many times. So let's talk specifically about the Business and Leadership Studies program. We offer, in the way of bachelor's degrees, a Bachelor of Arts in Human Resources and a Bachelor of Science in Organizational Behavior and Management Studies. We also offer professional certificates in accounting, applied business studies, HR, and small business development. And you might, as you're looking at this, you might notice that any of these certificates might be good tag-alongs to either of these bachelor's degrees. And we'll talk a little more about that later. The BA in Human Resources, we're very proud of, because in addition to it being a brand new program that is already garnering wide interest, our curriculum in the HR program is approved by the Society for Human Resource Management. This means that our students who complete the coursework and graduate are uniquely positioned to be able to take the SHRM exam for certification, which sets you up for a wonderful career in HR and is widely recognized as the credential that is desired by employers nationwide. The key concepts that we present in the BA in HR focus on workplace culture and organizational design, recruitment, retaining employees, making sure employees are engaged, developing, of course, compensation structures, benefits, incentives, and something that is always interesting and extremely helpful, ways to approach conflicts in the workplace, office politics, and other aspects of the work experience. We also have, these are some of the courses we've listed that are part of the HR degree. But I think one of the best aspects of the degree in HR, whether it's the BA or the certificate, is that it focuses on what, for my money, is the most important part of any business, which is the human beings who work there. Now, the Bachelor of Science in Organizational Behavior and Management Studies. This degree looks at the foundations of business, how the behavior of people within the organization and the organization itself affect the business world, and also provides a good focus and background in the principles of management. We focus in this program on clear communication, both verbal and written, and underlying everything in this program are the moral and ethical principles and social responsibility that go along with running a business, which, looking at history and even recent events, are of increasing importance in the business world. And these are some of the highlights of our courses. Students take principles of management, entrepreneurship. These are some of the choices. Everyone takes intro to marketing, which is key to any business. We offer global business and psychology applied to work, which is an amazing class. But I won't go through each of these, but we are very proud of our courses. These classes, I should also mention, although the degrees are new in HR and organizational behavior, the classes have been taught online for several years. And so they are tried and proven successful classes. The major requirements. Each of these bachelor's degrees requires completion of 120 credit hours, 36 credits in the major, and 84 in general ed and electives. Or if you want to add in a minor or a certificate to take the place of some of the elective credits, that's up to you. You can do that. And as a transfer student, you are able to transfer in up to 60 credits, which you can do the math without even taking our business statistics course. That is 50% of the required credits for the degrees. Our professional certificates are also great and lend additional credentials to the Bachelor of Arts degrees and Bachelor of Science degrees. Each of the certificates requires completion of 18 credit hours. And as I mentioned before, you can pursue these in accounting, applied business, human resources, and small business development. Looking at this, a good combination, and one that I have recommended in the past, is someone who's taking the HR Bachelor of Arts degree might be very interested in adding on applied business, or someone majoring in organizational behavior might find that the certificate in HR fundamentals or small business development would be an exceptionally helpful degree, but it's up to the individual. And as I mentioned before, these aren't required. These are just wonderful options. These are some of our faculty. All of our faculty are, well, we have me and Kay McLennan are two professors of practice that work with the Business and Leadership Studies program. And the remainder of our faculty are adjuncts, which means that they have day jobs in the fields in which they teach. And we're especially proud of Josh Foreman and Cody Perossier, who are shown here because they are graduates of SOPA. Both graduates of the General Legal Studies program who had minors at that time in Business and Leadership Studies options. So very proud of them and everyone else on our faculty. We think they do a great job, and the best aspect of our faculty is the professionalism and experience that they bring to the classroom every day. And leads right into learning from the experts. This is Kay McLennan, who I mentioned earlier, is our professor of practice. Kay is one of the pioneers in online learning, and what she has brought to her classes in the Business and Leadership Studies program and imparted to others in our adjunct faculty have made our online classes among the best in the country. These are some of the careers that a person can pursue in human resources. As I mentioned, the basic aspect of the HR degrees that is most appealing is that this focuses on the human element in any business. These are some of the positions that our graduates hold: corporate recruiters, comp and benefits managers, training and development, employee relations, always important, diversity officers, payroll coordinator, for which I would recommend a side certificate in accounting. And these are some of the careers that one might pursue in organizational behavior and management. Sales is always an important position in any business, project management and logistics, operations, executives, and marketing. For someone who wanted to be a marketing manager, this is where I would also suggest looking at our media and design program, which offers a minor in marketing. So again, there is great synchronicity between our programs and the other programs available at SOFA, and I always recommend that people look at what's available in other programs and see what minors and certificates might interest you from the other side of the menu. And now I'm going to hand it off to Alexis to talk about our student support and success services.
Sure. Thanks, Robin. So again, I'm the academic advisor for the department. And Jen, I just wanted to ask you, what program are you interested in the Business and Leadership Studies department?
Hey, I was interested in the Applied Business Studies certificate. So I already have, I have an undergraduate degree, and I actually have a master's in public health from Tulane. So I was interested in potentially using the tuition waiver. The public health program was wonderful, but it really gave me absolutely nothing to prepare for the business and management side of things. So I'm really looking to round that out now.
Okay, perfect. Well, that's helpful because some of the next slides that I was going to talk about really are geared towards undergraduate students. So I can briefly touch on them, but because you're going to be using the tuition waiver, they're really not going to be applicable. But we can still
I'd like to add though, like as someone who, supervises people who are interested, this has been very informative for people coming into the organization who like I can give them more information about the undergraduate opportunities. I'm up at the Primate Center, and we have a lot of employees who come in, you know, without a degree and are interested in doing this. So this has been helpful for that also.
Yeah, exactly. I advise all of the students in the department. So we have a lot of employees that do take their undergraduate classes here. So I definitely would encourage, if you know someone in your department that is looking to get their undergraduate degree, to, you know, apply through SOPA. And you can go to the next slide. So this slide is basically dealing about if a student has transfer credit. So, you know, you may know someone who started, you know, taking courses a while ago and never finished. So as Robin said, you can transfer in up to 60 total credits for your undergraduate degree. So that's basically half of your credits, which will cut down on your time as a student and also cut down on your financial costs. We also do award an early enrollment scholarship. So anytime a student is a newly enrolled student and they register by a specific deadline each semester, they get a $200 credit towards their student account. We also give a $1,500 transfer scholarship for students who, you know, previously attended another college and then transferred into SOPA. So all that in total will cut down on your cost significantly as a SOPA student. We also do award credit for prior learning. So we have a prior learning coordinator who can work with each student to kind of navigate and work with you on which best route will be best based upon the prior credit that you have. So you may be, if you were in the military or if you have worked in a field for over 20 years, you may be able to bypass some of the courses by submitting a portfolio of your work. That's reviewed by the faculty and the department chair, and then they will walk you through the process on getting your portfolio evaluated for credit, which will also apply to you towards your 60 credit hours. So you can have up to 24 credits out of that 60 for prior learning credit. So it's not all about just transferring credit from another school. You can get credit for life and work experience as well. And then this slide is just basically dealing with tuition costs. As you know, our tuition is significantly lower than NTC tuition rate. We are $623 a credit, and a typical class is 3 credit hours. We also do award students the opportunity to utilize financial aid. Each student will have an assigned financial aid counselor if you're interested in using financial aid. We also, like I mentioned before, have the transfer scholarship. If someone was in the Pi Theta Kappa, which is an honor society for community college students, we offer a discount for that. If you are over the age of 60, if you're a New Orleans area public employee, we offer a 20% tuition discount, and also for any alumni as well too. So if you were earned a degree previously from Tulane, you are eligible for the 20% discount as well. And you can use that tuition discount on top of financial aid as well. And the application process is fairly simple. You just go to sopa.tulane.edu/apply. It's a $40 admissions application fee, but because you attended this webinar, we will waive the fee. You still have to submit a government issued photo ID. All official transcripts can be sent electronically to our admissions department. You won't be able to register for classes until you have all your official transcripts submitted. But if you have a transcript from Tulane, you don't have to request that because you're already sending it to us. So our admissions department can access your Tulane transcript, but if you went to any other university outside of Tulane, then you would have to submit an official transcript to our admissions department. And these are some of our early enrollment scholarship deadlines. So for spring, the last day to actually apply for admissions is January 1st. If you apply and are admitted and you register for classes by December 1st, then you will be eligible for an early enrollment scholarship. Now, if you're using the tuition waiver, I don't think the scholarship can be applied because your tuition is already being waived. So there's really nothing for it to be applied to. But for someone who's not using the waiver, those are the deadlines for spring, summer, and fall, if you're eligible for the waiver. And to touch on the tuition waiver, there's a link in Gibson. So once you apply as a SOPA student and you get accepted, you go through the admissions process. Once you actually schedule classes, then you could submit the waiver form through Gibson and it goes to HR and HR processes that waiver. And then they deduct whatever your tuition total is. And you can take up to they'll pay for up to 2 classes a semester. And that was all I wanted to go over. Robin, did you have anything else?
Not really, except thank you, Jen. If you recommend us to any of the folks who are considering finishing a degree, we thank you for that. And I hope I should have asked you from the beginning whether you work for Tulane, because you probably didn't need all that information about Richardson Hall and the streetcar.
Yeah, I've never no, I've been to Uptown campus maybe a handful of times, and I'm talking maybe like 4 or 5. So it's not really all that familiar for me. I work downtown, right? And now I've been up at the Primate Center for about 5 years, something like that. So
well, I've never been there. I would love to come up there and see, but I don't think it's really something that one can visit, is it? Because it's a research facility.
We have an outreach and communications office, and they do tours. But
cool.
It's easier to do it as like as a group tour.
Yeah.
So you come up and then you go in a van and you can tour the breeding colony and see we have 5,000 animals there are 2 campuses. So I'm on the office lab side of campus.
Wow.
And then the breeding colony campus on the south side of Three Rivers Road that has approximately 5,000 Indian origin rhesus macaque monkeys. So
amazing. I've just learned so much.
And then explain, what's going on. So
wow.
We were closed for tours for a long time for COVID, but now they're back. And it's usually either like groups from Tulane, from other campuses, or students, high school students, sometimes elementary school students. And it's so cute. They're so like fascinated by it.
So, I'm sure. Well, so, you also brought it.
Sorry. I had a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to understand, so the coursework, right, it's online, but is it all in the evenings, or will there ever be courses that are scheduled during the day?
They're asynchronous. And so all the coursework is presented online. Each of our instructors is required to provide at least 2 to 4 Zoom sessions where students can get together with the instructor and one another and interact. But those, although they are required to be presented, for students, they are taped or recorded so that if you can't attend, you'll have the information anyway. We understand that folks who sign up for an online program don't expect to have synchronous classes that they actually have to be present for. So although we want to have that interaction, if it's not possible, it's not possible, but you can still get the same information. So, but yeah, they do not meet at a specific time.
Okay.
Most of our students set aside a little time to work on them. I don't have to tell you how to do this. You already have a degree in from the School of Public Health, but most of our students set aside a specific time each week to work on their classes, because even though it's online, it's kind of we make them real classes, and with a lot of information and assignments, but I think it's intended to be manageable for people who work full time.
Yeah, that's important, right? It's
absolutely,
things ebb and flow. You get kind of overwhelmed, or at least I do.
Yeah. And the certificate that you are talking about, the applied business, that is ideal for somebody who needs to get some background information and some good solid knowledge about how business works, and like accounting is required. I never took accounting.
Me neither, and it's haunting me. So
yeah, no,
I need to get it together. I've been doing grant budgets, for a little while, and I'm so terrible at them. And I'm thinking, God, I've been doing grant work for 20 years, and I still am terrible at a budget. I just need to wrap my brain around accounting and the business side of things as I move into more leadership roles. So it's a little bit.
This will help.
Catch up, I guess. Don't tell Dean Levis that I said.
Oh, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't tell anybody. But no, it's. I think that's great, and that's exactly what these certificates and minors are for. is to add in that key piece that might be missing from an otherwise very practical degree.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so glad you joined us today because
me
I've
too.
learned a lot from you.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I'm glad. Yeah, I mean, there are a few people up here who've done multiple degrees. I don't know if they were strictly through SOPA. So, I mean, you have a wonderful reputation on this campus, and everybody recommended it. And I know someone who did the accounting certificate. So, and that was that
Okay.
last push for me to just sign up and like, I'm just going to do the seminar and see what it is. And so,
Good.
thank you both. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Especially during lunchtime too.
Right.
Yeah.
Take care.
Yep, you too. Bye.
Bye.